I ain't even, dude, I didn't even tell you about this last part, okay? I know that this could just be the government, down by MacDill Air Force Base, but this gets weird, bro. Take you back to Indian Rocks. This was after the hospitals and everything, I think. I even got in a couple fights, literally, like post-surgery, bro. But this happened. I'm on shrooms. I'm going down Indian Rocks, Reddington Beach, and I'm just like stargazing. Like I'm like looking through the stars. I remember like walking outside to go to the Intercoastal and look at the moon, and it was just shining on me, dude. And I'm just like having this like just so beautiful. I go to this place down by Indian Rocks Beach Bridge. I shit you not, this is the way I say the story and I remember it. I'm looking up at the stars, I'm stargazing, and it's like just beautiful. I mean, it's like I've never seen it before. And there they are. It was like an alien. And I'm looking at them. I could tell you what they look like, but I don't do it because out of respect for like a visitor, like if they really were a visitor, you know what I mean? If that was real, like it's like that kind of supersedes everything, right? This is the weird part about it. I never in a million years would have taken my eyes off of them. I remember still thinking like, wow, I'm just looking up. I'm like, and I could show you with my eyesight, my face. I was like, wow. And I'm just looking at it move, looking at them move, I'm like, what is this? And I really don't want to say what they look like. I don't know why. It's something in there. But I never would have taken my eyes off of him, her, them. And I left. But I don't remember taking my eyes off of him. Or her. Or them. So there's that. Okay, let's go back to the other, where we're at in Myrtle Beach. I was like at a hotel and I'm trying to get the word out about what happened in Florida. That's like what I'm doing now when I'm going up north. I'm trying to tell people about what happened in Florida. I mean, it was torturous, dude. Like my dog is dying and I'm like, dude, I love that dog with my heart and my soul, dude. And he was there through that whole thing, and he's dying and I'm dying, and then they look at that smile come over my face, dude. And I smile sometimes and it's not even me. They're like so deep in my head. They get my mom gets another dog when I'm just like completely I've just been tortured and everything. And she gets a little dog. She still has it now. And I'm like taking care of the dog. And I think it has something to do. It's like she might be blind or something. I don't know totally how it works, but like they see through these dogs or something. And that was horrible, dude. Trying to like raise this beautiful animal, and it was I love that dog with every ounce of my soul. I can't really, I'm so exhausted I can't even like tell you. I can't put really emotions to it, what that dog meant to me. Okay, let's keep going. At this point, I had just perceived there were slaves. Now, where I perceived this initially, I think was like, I couldn't tell you. It was up in Lumbridge or something. And like I look up at the moon, and like the moon is a Pokeball, bro. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'll tell you at the same time, like the sun The sun is a dragonfly. Like, I like know these things now, or at least I think I do. The sun moved, bro. I'll get to that. The sun, I perceived the sun move. Do you know what that means? That means a percentage of the population just lost their consciousness and or died. And what I heard go off in my head, somebody said, they're like, did I just lose my mind? And because I don't know what's going on at all, and I'll get to that part. I don't know, you see this smile, I'm not smiling, dude. I'm in that hotel, they're doing some satanic ass shit. Like I can hear like whipping in the background almost. And like this smoke, I had to leave the hotel. This like smoke, I think they were burning slaves. And then I go up to North Carolina, they're like attacking me in these. That's a very big part of this. They're programming me like in my sleep. I actually caught them doing it in Battleborn, North Carolina. I'm listening to Jessica Heslop through my headphones, and she's very powerful, yo. Like something about that, like, and a female telling you like you are affirmations, and like I literally perceived them doing it and like programming me in my sleep. That was the first time. And so that's another concept. I'm channeling these YouTube spirits, you know, when I'm asleep. Like I'm addicted to it. I'm doing that. I think that's a big. I'm listening to subliminals too. So I think maybe now that I think of it, putting those two together, it's almost like the way to tap into the subconscious realm. Like they could talk to each other using you as a channel. You know what I mean? Keep listening, dude. Like I'm not, this is like real deal shit. Like I really gave my life to this, and I'm not that dumb. I'm not that smart either, but I'm not that dumb. And I've fucked with these things like lifetimes. Like I've failed and came back and failed and came back to figure out how this shit works. Not always right. But what I've had to learn to do is throw the darts. That's why I call it, throw these incredibly dark darts in these incredibly dark areas so that I can figure out what is really going on. And I can almost feel it sometimes. Like I get hits, you know, like I hit something and it's like, oh wait, I think that was kind of on point. I don't know. Like I might say something like, oh, my family, I'm adopted, you know, my family is this and that, or they, you know, I don't know, something crazy, something really dark, right? But that's what it was perceivably going on. And in North Carolina, they were like programming me via I literally talked to this guy, dude. He's like, I still remember that night, like he's fucking with what I found to be was like, they call them stingers or something. And he's got his semi truck outside, and he tells me, he takes off his bandana. He looks me dead in my eyes. I'm in my Caprice, like going through my stuff. And he's like, yeah, you think that's funny? You think that's funny stuff? He's like, the next time you see me, you'll be dead. Like for real. And like, and he just one-upped with me, and he told me, he's like, that stuff's no joke. And I still remember him looking me in my face, and I was like, I'm like, okay, I'm listening. And he drives off, you know, he's like America. He just gave his life, you know what I mean? Like he's like, I know what I just did, dude, and I don't give a fuck. And I'm just sitting there like, holy shit. And And so I guess maybe there's like a stinger in the car, right? And then plus or something. I don't know what's going on in the Caprice. Now, they get me in Battleborn, North Carolina to think I should leave my stuff, and I'm in the Waffle House and they're playing this stuff over the radio. And I'm thinking like I'm like looking at my shorts, I'm like associated with Elon. I'm talking to Elon. I think I'm thinking all these things, whales, like orca whales. I have this weird thing where I think like, which isn't it like 10 minutes 46, hold up. And so